Hey, Shine members. So it is Thursday, which means we are talking about the pillars of wellness. But to be honest, it has not been a well week at my house, at least not a healthy week. So we have some sickness going through the house, and it has been a bit challenging. So I'm like, what are we going to talk about today when I'm not feeling super well? So, my topic is, do we laugh or do we cry? And here's the thing, you can do either because some weeks are hard. I haven't been to the gym all week. Still managed though, can I say? I've still lost 10 pounds now since the beginning of January, but I so want to go lift weights. But haven't been to the gym all week. I did have a meal plan, but it's kind of dwindled. And I've been reaching into the freezer for some quick and easy meals, not always the healthiest choices. My house is a bit of a mess, right? So I feel like on a lot of the pillars, we're not doing well. And today I had a moment where well, here's the thing. Ava called me at 11:30 and was like, "Can you come get me? Because I think I'm sick now too." And my body's response was to start laughing once I got off the phone. And it was maybe one of those, I don't know, crazy person moments, but I had a moment of reflection driving to town. I'm like, what was that about? And I think I had a choice. I was either going to cry in that moment or I could laugh. Either one is a release of emotions, right? And that is so important. Which brings me to the question, have you ever done any energy work? So, if you are in Cochrane, I want you to Google the Yurt. Okay. So Marnie and Kevin live just southwest of Cochrane in the Towers Trails area. And they've put a yurt on their property and they do wellness retreats there. So myself and my friend Kelly went there this weekend on Sunday for a yoga and breathwork session. And I have to tell you, it was not what I expected. So I've done, I do yoga all the time, every day. I've done lots of breath work, but this was different. So Kevin's a facilitator of the breath waves method. And so we got to the yurt, it's all in a circle. So it was super cool. We're all sitting in a circle on our yoga mats. And we just, did introductions. Marty led us through some yoga. And then Kevin led us through a breath waves session. And then at the end, we had just some time to journal. They poured everybody a cup of tea. It was just like a super nice experience. But I have never felt that way when doing breath work. So there were so many sensations that went through my body, literally felt like I was vibrating. At one point, actually 2 points, I physically started to cry. So if you studied somatics, you know that our tissues actually hold our emotions in our body. So if we go through life and we don't deal with our grief, we just keep pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down. It actually sits in our body's tissues. And so when we have an opportunity to experience a healing event, we might have a release, and maybe not even a healing event. I've seen this in the Pilates studio on 2 or 3 separate occasions where I was just doing a psoas release for a client and they started to cry and they were like, what is this? Thankfully, I knew what it was. I'm like, it's okay. Your psoas is actually where your body holds emotionally your fear. And so that can often come up in even a yoga class or a Pilates session. So anyway, that is basically what I experienced in this breath waves. What am I trying to say? Breath waves session, right? Is that I was laying on the mat doing this very unique breath wave. It's like a wave that you create with your breath. And I started to cry. And it was my body letting go of emotion. When it was over, I felt calmer than I have in years. I felt like I feel like I've been frowning for 5 years. And I felt like I literally felt my jaw release because had been holding so much tension in my jaw. And so I encourage you, whatever it is in your local community, to look into doing some energy work, whether it's, a breathing session. For some people, it might be yoga. I am a Christian, and it is okay to do energy work. Let me just tell you that, right? So there's a little bit of stigma around that it's not for everybody, but it can totally be done in an amazing amazing way with great facilitators. So if you're in Cochrane, you definitely want to check out Marnie and Kevin and the Yurt because it is amazing. So I'm rambling, so it's probably time to end this. But the point of this, do we choose laughter? Do we choose tears? Either way, whatever you are feeling your body needs or whatever happens, let it happen because we need to take our grief, our emotions, we need to let go of them. If they sit in our body, they become illness, they become disease, they become fatigue, all of those things, negative stress, right? So find a way, release your emotions, and you know what? We have good weeks, we have bad weeks. I laughed my way out of today. It will be over. We'll start a new one tomorrow and we just keep moving forward. So that's it, my friends. Have a great Thursday. You are doing amazing on your quest for wellness. We'll talk to you.